Will you cut that out?
Cut what out?
Your trigger-happy finger touching.
I'll stop using my fingers the second you start using yours to do their job when we're about to fall into an endless rip in space-time.
Oh, so you expected me to override the squadron autopilot so we could change course? Something that training vessels can only do if all 4 members of the squadron activate the lever at once. Cynthia?
Don't you dare try to shift the blame onto me when you're the one who told us to shove the glowy lever thingy rather than actual words.
You were there at the training sessions. You should have known what I was talking about.
You are our point position. You are supposed to be a clear communicator.
Maybe I would have been understood better if I didn't have to scream over Trigger Happy here, wasting his entire broadside on the fucking void.
I was scared, okay? It's not every day you stare into an incomprehensible breach of reality. Besides, I'm not the one who decided to plot our course there to begin with.
I seem to remember a certain teacher of ours saying the rest of the squadron should check their astrogator calculations before heading out. Oh, right. He said only competent squadrons would check. So I guess that doesn't apply to you.
Says the astrogator who can't get their head around high school level math when our lives are at stake. You had one job, navigate us around the space rift? Didn't you go to some fancy military school?
And it's a good thing I did because I was the only one who remembered to link up the patrol drone and report our status as we passed. When I actually made it to the Navy, I didn't expect most of it was going to be corralling a bunch of undisciplined...
Excuse me?
I didn't hear you offering up a lot of your military expertise when we were hurtling at Mach speed towards the void. Or is that against some protocol?
And you can't even fly without autopilot, so I don't see how you can be getting on our asses for being undisciplined.
Flying capability, in which I got higher marks on my last evaluation than you, Zan, has nothing to do with discipline. Discipline is what prevents you from panic spamming every weapon at your disposal the second something slightly alarming happens. A skill which an untrained farmhand like yourself can never hope.
So, are you saying that just because you went to some prissy private school, you somehow have a better grasp of discipline than us woebegone civilians stumbling into the military?
I'm saying they should have better screening rather than letting in every idiot who trundles up to the recruitment desk looking for a job.
Oh, really? Let me tell you something. We are in the middle of a war right now. People are dying by the thousands, trying to protect our solar system from being overrun with alien forces. Just like they have been for the last 10 years. They are begging for new recruits dirt side. Everybody has lost somebody fighting, so if you think they have time to sit every single one of us down for a little expansive personality quiz, then think again. Besides, this is literally the point of the training program, no? To train us? I noticed you weren't fast-tracked or anything, so you mustn't be that much better than the rest of us. Maybe even worse, since you claim you've been training for years and still got dumped in a beginner squadron.
I'm not just some untrained farmhand.
What?
I'm not just some farmhand. You make it sound like working aggro is a lesser job or something. I worked my ass off every day since I was a kid. I'm extremely disciplined.
And I assume that went very well for you. You probably flipped out and unloaded a tire phase rifle into the field every time you saw something move like a good farm boy.
There were no surprise asteroids, alien warships, or fucking space rifts on my family's fucking farm. I was gonna take charge next year so my parents could go retire on Earth. That's how good I was.
And yet you joined the Navy. Did you think they were in desperate need of a squadron of space tractors?
The aliens bombed our farm. Do you think I had much of a choice? My sisters are taking care of my family in a temporary living block, and I'm here to smite the bastards that did it. Shit lot you can do from inside of a space rift, though, so thank you guys for that one.
Thank yourself. It's your own fault that you ended up here.
Did nothing wrong. When in doubt, shoot it out.
Only supposed to apply to unidentified craft.
Oh, you mean like the endless expanse of mindfuckery we're headed straight toward?
The massive space rift that has befuddled scientists for about 3 decades now is hardly unidentified.
Please, there is no way you weren't all pissing yourselves actually looking at that thing.
Emotions are not permitted to enter the cockpit. Literally every pilot knows that.
Oh, is that why you're such an asshole to everybody all the time?
I would be less of an asshole if you people would stop giving me reasons to be.
Oh yeah? Like what? Cause I can think of a lot of reasons to punch you in the mouth, and yet somehow I managed to restrain myself.
You won't shut up on comms channel while we're flying. You won't shut up after curfew. Zan is afraid of the dark, and we live in space. Cynthia cries like a baby at 0200 every night. You all refuse to listen to each other, and especially me. None of you are even slightly competent at anything the Academy wants to evaluate. Our squadron ratings drop by at least half a point every day. I'm never gonna make it to the final cut thanks to you dimwits. And you got me stuck in fifth.
Oh boo-hoo. Our numbers are dropping a little. I'm so sad.
And you don't care! That's the worst part. None of you give a single flying fuck, which is miraculous considering all 3 of you are nothing but a bunch of flying fucks.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. Hey, Aaron, I'm feeling a little nervous about the next flight. Do you mind if we go over the priority sheet together? No, Cynthia, you should already know the priority sheet by heart. Beep, boop.
Yeah, and hey, Aaron, I can't aim well. I keep flinching when I pull the trigger. Could you give me some pointers? No, Zan, they shouldn't have let you into the Space Navy if you can't shoot. Go learn on your own time. Beep, boop.
Do you expect me to do your work for you? Teach you what you're too lazy to learn on your own? I'm not supposed to be your tutor. I can't be picking up after you every second of downtime on top of everything I have to do.
No, but you're supposed to be part of a team. You're supposed to be there for us. We're supposed to be like a family.
Whatever. Doesn't matter anymore. They're almost certainly going to kick us out the second they drag us from the rift. Then we'll go our separate ways and hopefully never ever cross paths again.
Good.
They're for sure gonna kick us out.
Yes. Do you know how much time and money a rescue mission of the scale required to extract us will cost?
Oh, and I'm guessing there's no way to reapply or...
No, Zan. There's no way to reapply. We will be permanently blacklisted from the Terran Space Navy.
Shit.
What was that for?
Well, sorry, this is just a loss.
Loss? You want to talk about loss? I lost my mother to this war. My father left me and my sister alone at home with a robot until I was an adult. A robot! The point was to keep us safe. But then that didn't even fucking matter because the first trip we take off the planet in years, our ship gets ambushed and gunned down. I'm the only one left alive. I'm the one who has to avenge them. So, don't even think you can talk to me about loss. Because guess what? I've just lost my only shot to get back at them for what they stole from me.
Yeah? Is that it? Good for you! Amazing! Now you know how it feels like to live every day knowing there's nobody left in this universe who gives a shit about you. You know what it's like to wake up, stare in the mirror, and know you are completely and utterly alone? Congratulations! Except that you don't know what it's like to be banished in front of your entire fucking family. One drug deal, and that's the price of unconditional love around here. How much do I have to go through to see my brother again? Survive the war and come home with a medal? Guess I'll never find out that.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking brother.
Well, fuck you and your entire dead family then.
Fuck both of you and your dead estranged families. Both are infinitely better than the alternative.
Aaron, I know you're cold and heartless and couldn't possibly conjure up a shred of empathy for anyone, let alone your family. But
But what? But you'd rather endure 3 honor roll siblings graduating from military school and your military family who then proceed to be immediately fast-tracked through the training program and subsequently get promoted within a week of deployment? Is that what you'd rather? You'd rather have your parents breathing down your neck every single second you're in school, expecting perfect marks, issuing ultimatums when they start to drop? I don't have a home to go back to now. I might as well stay in the rift.
Might as well join you. Then at least my family would get whatever death compensation the TSN gives out when trainees go missing.
don't you and your picturesque little farming family have other siblings that can work? You'll be fine. Shut up.
That's the thing, Skylar. In case you don't remember, my family worked in Agro in the outer colonies. They don't exactly have school there. Pretty much the only thing you can apply for is the military. Because of course it is. Because we've been at war for 10 fucking years. None of my sisters are even old enough to take a shuttle to the recruitment center without one of our parents signing off. We barely made enough to sustain ourselves off the farm, and now that's gone. I am the only one who can support us, and thanks to all of this bullshit, we are actually going to starve to death starting the second we run out of food stamps. My family is going to die in front of me because I couldn't rein in my trigger finger. Ugh.
Look, it wasn't only your fault. It's probably more Skylar's fault than anybody's.
Oh no, don't you be bringing this back up again. This is definitely on Aaron though.
I said that if you were a good squadron, you would have... I should have reminded you to check. Or stuck a sticky note to the hangar door, since none of you seem to listen to me anyway.
I have money. My dad left me a lot when he died. We were pretty well off, and I barely used any of it. You can have it, Sam. Or most of it, at least. When we get out of here. If you want. You shouldn't have to watch your family die. I don't wish that on anyone.
Thank you. You know, if you guys really don't have anywhere to go, we could always use more farm hands. I mean, there's no farm now, but we could use Cynthia's money to clear up our land again, start rebuilding the farm. Of course, you're all super annoying, so you'd have to sleep in the barn, but we could put beds in there easily, and it doesn't get cold, terraforming and controlled environment and all that.
That doesn't sound too bad, surprisingly. I've got a system-wide work pass. I could work some desk job somewhere and help out with food until the farm is up and running. If only my brother could come along. That idiot loves outer colonies.
Well, how hard can it be to kidnap a brother? What? I've done basic foot soldier training. I'm practiced in stealth extraction missions. Of course, you'd all have to do exactly as I say.
Reporting for duty, Captain Aaron.
Would this really work? Are we really doing this?
I don't know. I guess we won't know until we get pulled out of this here space rift.
And how long is that going to be exactly?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait.